Mr. August.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
What if I told you that one of the greatest action movies of all time, Die Hard, 1988, was never envisioned to unfold the way we know it today? Imagine a world where Bruce Willis wasn't even close to being the first choice for the iconic role of John McClane. And what if I told you that one of the film's most memorable scenes was entirely spontaneous? Stick around, because we're about to delve into 11 mind-blowing secrets behind the making of Die Hard. 1. Bruce Willis, the unlikely action hero. Did you know that the legendary Bruce Willis was not the top contender for John McClane? Very surprising. In fact, he wasn't even in the running among the first 5 choices. The role was initially offered to none other than Frank Sinatra, who had portrayed a similar character in the 1968 film The Detective. But here's the kicker. Sinatra was in his 70s at that point. When Sinatra declined, the studio turned to a roster of the 80s action superstars, including Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Harrison Ford, and even Burt Reynolds, only to have them all turn down the role. At the time, Bruce Willis was predominantly recognized for his work in romantic comedies like Moonlighting, and the mere thought of him as an action hero seemed almost comical to many. However, a twist of fate would soon alter this perception, thanks largely to a little circumstance called scheduling conflicts. 2. The movie that wasn't supposed to happen. Die Hard has an intriguing origin story, as it was initially conceived as a sequel to a largely forgotten film. The inspiration lies in the novel Nothing Lasts Forever, which serves as a follow-up to The Detective, a movie that famously featured Frank Sinatra. However, when the studio finally made the decision to greenlight the project, they introduced a monumental shift. The protagonist underwent a significant transformation from a retired cop on a mission to save his daughter to a gritty New York detective grappling with the complexities of reconciling with his estranged wife. This critical change not only altered the narrative direction but also elevated Die Hard from a slow-burning political thriller to a pulse-pounding action spectacle, ultimately reconfiguring the landscape of the genre for years to come. 3. The infamous fall, Alan Rickman's terrifying drop. What's the most unforgettable scene in Die Hard? Many fans would likely point to Hans Gruber's breathtaking, slow-motion descent from the Nakatomi Plaza as a standout moment. But here's an intriguing detail you might not have known. Alan Rickman's expression of shock and fear wasn't merely a feat of acting. It was an authentic, adrenaline-filled response. Here's the backstory. The stunt team had informed Rickman that they would release him on the count of 3. However, in a surprising twist, they let go on the count of 1 instead. The look of astonishment that crossed his face, the genuine terror flickering in his eyes, that was all real. Now, imagine being in his position. With that kind of unexpected drop, would you ever trust a stunt team again? 4th, Nakatomi Plaza, a real corporate headquarters. Did you ever think that the Nakatomi building was merely a Hollywood set piece? Think again. The iconic action film was shot at the striking Fox Plaza, a modern architectural marvel still under construction during the filming. This sleek metallic skyscraper, with its sharp lines and imposing presence, served as the perfect backdrop for the high-stakes drama unfolding within its walls. Here's the fascinating twist. In a remarkable display of creative financial strategy, 20th Century Fox charged itself rent to utilize its own building as a stunning cinematic stage. This innovative approach not only showcased the company's resourcefulness, but also stands as a shining example of ingenuity in the filmmaking process. It's a story of how necessity breeds creativity in the world of cinema. 5th, Bruce Willis almost went deaf. Ever wonder why John McClane always seems to be shouting? It turns out there's a real reason behind Bruce Willis's intense delivery, and it's not just about dramatic effect. While filming one of Die Hard's most explosive shootout scenes, something terrifying happened. Picture this: chaos everywhere, bullets flying, McClane taking cover under a table. Then, bam! A gun goes off way too close to Willis's ear. The result? Permanent partial hearing loss. Can you imagine going through that just to make a movie feel real? It's a painful reminder of the risks actors take to bring us those unforgettable action moments. So, next time you watch Die Hard and hear McClane yelling, you'll know. It's not just acting, it's part of his reality. What's your favorite Die Hard moment? 6. The iconic line was an ad-lib. This electrifying phrase has cemented its place in movie history, but its origins are quite unexpected. A spontaneous quip born from Bruce Willis's quick wit. When he delivered the line during filming, it was meant to be a throwaway joke, a light moment in the midst of tension. Little did he know, his impromptu remark would resonate far beyond that scene. The crew erupted into laughter, a clear signal that something exceptional had emerged from the chaos of production. Recognizing the potential for cinematic brilliance, the director made a bold choice to include it in the final cut, forever immortalizing it in the annals of film. 7. The FBI goons were based on a real scandal. Can you recall the two hilariously over-the-top FBI agents, Johnson and Johnson? These characters served as a satirical critique of the real-life scandals that plagued the FBI during the 1980s. At that time, the agency was under intense scrutiny for its controversial approach to handling hostage situations, with agents often accused of using excessive force. In a brilliant twist, Die Hard transformed these serious real-world controversies into biting comic relief, infusing the film with a clever blend of humor and social commentary that resonated with audiences while poking fun at the very institutions meant to protect them. 8. That crazy vent scene was a last-minute change. What makes an action scene truly unforgettable? Think of John McClane sweating and squeezing through those tight, dimly lit air vents, a moment that has become one of the most copied in film history. But did you know this legendary scene almost never happened? Early drafts had McClane sneaking across rooftops, a choice that lacked suspense and urgency. Realizing something was missing, the filmmakers made a bold, last-minute change, crafting the now iconic air vent escape on the fly. This twist didn't just elevate the tension. It reshaped action cinema. It's proof that sometimes the best ideas aren't planned. They emerge from creative problem-solving at the moment. Next time you watch Die Hard, remember, great filmmaking isn't just about a script but seizing unexpected inspiration. 9. The body double that saved a life. What would you do if you had only 1 second to act before disaster struck? During a high-stakes helicopter explosion scene, the stunt crew knew they had just 1 shot to get it right. The air was thick with tension, every heartbeat echoing the magnitude of the moment. As the countdown began, the stunt double prepared to sprint, but suddenly he froze. Fear gripped him, his wide eyes locked on the impending blast. Then, in a split second, another stuntman sprang into action. With no time to think, he lunged forward, shoving his colleague out of harm's way, just as fire erupted behind them. The heat was searing, the explosion deafening, mere inches from tragedy. This wasn't just a stunt, it was a life-or-death moment. One man's quick reflexes saved another, proving that in the world of stunt work, courage, instinct, and unwavering trust can be the difference between life and catastrophe. 10th. Hans Gruber's accent was a strategic move. Alan Rickman's masterful portrayal of Hans Gruber has earned him a revered place in the pantheon of cinematic villains. His performance is a stunning blend of charisma and menace. But there's a fascinating detail that might escape the casual viewer. Gruber's accent fluctuates throughout the film. This is not a simple oversight. Rather, it is a deliberate artistic choice by the writers. They intricately crafted Gruber's voice to vary, adding a layer of complexity that keeps both the audience and the characters teetering on the edge of uncertainty about his true intentions. This clever and audacious choice enriches Gruber's character, rendering him not just a formidable antagonist, but an unpredictable force that heightens the film's tension, making every interaction feel charged with suspense and danger. 11th. Die Hard changed Christmas movies forever. There's a long-standing debate about whether Die Hard qualifies as a Christmas movie. Spoiler alert, it absolutely does. Before Die Hard burst onto the scene, holiday films largely consisted of cheerful family comedies or sentimental dramas. However, this groundbreaking action film shattered the mold, illustrating that Christmas narratives could be thrilling, explosive, and packed with adrenaline. Its legacy transformed the holiday movie genre forever. The debate continues to spark lively discussions, but let's face it, Die Hard has undeniably earned its place as a Christmas classic. The next time you settle in to watch Die Hard, take a moment to appreciate that it's more than just another action flick. It's a groundbreaking film that redefined conventions, etched its name in cinematic history, and even put lives on the line for the sake of entertainment. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite moment from Die Hard? Share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, yippee-ki-yay!
Only John can drive somebody that crazy.